Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 107 of Daisy Knits. I'm Daisy. We're up here in the craft room again, the neighbor room, not craft room, neighbor room. So y'all are sitting on the bed staring at the yarn. It had been a while since I was up here sitting, so I thought we'd change it up and come up here and have a sit. So, I will also forewarn you, content is a little light this week. I have been working on master knitter swatches for the most part. So it's nothing exciting. It's things like, this is a half-done swatch. It's to mock the neckband of a sweater. So I have to pick up and knit out some ribbing. This one is a half knit one as well, because I'm not quite finished. It's going to be a pocket when it grows up. Well, a swatch of a pocket. It seems so silly. My husband keeps looking at it going, what is that supposed to be really? But it is a swatch of a pocket. So, I have my garter here, my two layers are here. A swatch of a pocket is here. These two are seaming swatches with mattress stitch, which I happen to be madly in love with because I think it's amazing when you pull. It's like magic. I make my family come and look when I do every time. But it's nothing like super fancy. They're just a lot of white swatches. A lot of white swatches. So, I also have some yarn coming. I think it's going to be delivered today. And I will be doing my wristlet soon. My colors, they didn't really like my colors that I had chosen for the wristlet. So I'm going to start working on that again. But I have 1, 2, 3, that's 4 swatches here. If they're good enough. Now I question, like, is it going to be good enough to pass this time or not? So I don't know. We will see. But these are 4 swatches of my 9 that I needed to redo. I do have some paperwork that the swatches passed, but the paperwork didn't. And I'm kind of starting to work through all of that too. So it's a slow process for me because I want to get it really well done. I want to make sure I have it right this time. I'm reading through a lot of their comments and trying to make sure I do good. So, this has been my brain knitting. Like, I have to fully engage my brain to get this done. But I don't know about y'all. I also need knitting that I can pick up and just do wherever. I can knit it when we're sitting in the car waiting on things. I can knit when we're watching a movie, and it doesn't matter if it's an action-packed movie and I get a little tight for a row or two. I need brainless knitting as well. So what I did was I went back to the stash and I found a skein of Happy Go Lucky. I don't believe Julie is dying right now, but someday she might. You also might check Ravelry D-Stashes. This was a gift that I had gotten 2 years ago for Christmas. 2 Christmases ago now. And I'm calling them my avocado socks because I didn't see it until somebody commented on Instagram that they look like avocados. And I don't know why, that just makes me snicker. Avocados. So it starts out this really dark green and then it gradiates up into this lime yellow. But the way Julie does these is you have 2 balls that are identical. So I cast on 2 socks. And here's where we kind of go wrong. This would be like my When Knitting Attacks event right here now. I got probably 3 or 4 inches into both socks because I was working them concurrent, and I got looking and I'm like, they seem really big. It seems like a really big sock for me because I was thinking I would make these, for me. And I'm like, it's really, really big. So I finally stopped and I tried it on and I realized it was huge. These are so big, I can wear my regular hand knit socks and then put this over that. So big. So, I'm sitting there on the couch and I now have my sock on, my regular socks on, and then a sock on one foot. And my husband turns and he's like, I think they're a little big. So I'm like, wait a minute. You have a bigger foot. Take your sock off. So he took his sock off and we tried them on and they fit him perfect. So these are going to go to him. I have no idea how far into the sock I am, but I did put it next to a pair of his other socks that he likes, and I have about an inch and a half to go before I start the heel. So quite honestly, I imagine tonight we're supposed to have family movie night. I will be ready to do some heels for him because, you know, sitting around watching a movie is a great time to knit a brainless, fabulous, just go sock. So that's my avocado socks. And that's really all I have been working on this week. Swatches and a pair of socks just to take the edge off. Just to like, cut the tension a little side sock. I know it sounds so silly, but that's my life right now, right? So I will ask a question though. I'm curious to all my viewers out there. Event season is starting to come up. The knitting pipeline is in like 3 weeks from tomorrow. And I'm attending. I'm a vendor as well. So if you're in their area, come visit. But I'm curious, what shows do you go to? What events do you attend? Is there anyone that you like just absolutely love? I'm curious just because I'm nosy and I like to see other events and I like to see what people are doing or saying. I'm looking at my show schedule already and I know this year where I'm going for the most part. I know all my shows and stuff. But I'm kind of curious if there's shows that you love to attend or just really wouldn't miss for the world. What are they? So drop me a line. Let me know. I'm curious because I'm nosy. Other than that, I will talk to y'all next week. So all my contact information's at the end. I'll see you next week. See ya.